Hey guys, happy Wednesday. Today is December 2nd, 2020. We are going to continue our practice of long division. Today you are going to apply the standard algorithm of long division to divide whole numbers fluently. We are going to continue practicing. Remember that division is the process of breaking down a large group into smaller, equal groups. Let's look at the problem below. And is read 20 divided by 4 equals 5. Let's pretend that I have 20 pieces of candy to give to 4 students. We're going to look to see how many pieces of candy each student gets. Let's watch. So here is my candy. There are 20 pieces of candy inside the jar. So if I take them and I start dividing them up equally, I'm going to give each student 1. And then I have more left. Then I'm going to give each student 2. I'm dividing them out. Then I still have some left. Then I have giving each student 3. Oops. What did I do? 3, 3, 3. And then I'm going to give each student 4, 4, 4. And so I have 4. Oops. I need 4 in here. So here I have 16 and I'm trying to get to 20. So I'm going to do one more of each end to each one of these. Almost. And it's not letting me. There's that one. And I have 5. I have 5. I have 4. I have 4. And I need one more. Let's see if I can get it in here. It's not going to let me. But if we were to divide it, we would have 5 into each person's hands. That is division. Remember with your vocabulary as well, the whole number that you are starting with, we had 20 pieces of candy. That is called your dividend. It sounds like dividing. Remember, it's the dividend. Then you are taking the number. It is called your divisor. This is your vocabulary. And here we have 5. 5 is the quotient or the answer. There was 5 pieces of candy in each child's hand. Remember our acronym that we are using. You have to use it all the time. Does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? What does it mean? What does it mean? Don't be confused. Remember to always follow the steps. Does McDonald's sell cheeseburger? Remember your does, and this is your division. Remember, step 1 is to divide. M means to multiply. S means to subtract. C means to check. B means to either bring down or bring up. Then after you've done that for the first step, remember that you have to repeat the steps until you are finished for your long division. All right, so Sally has 60 pencils. A pencil box will hold 5 pencils. How many boxes does Sally need to hold in her pencil box? So we're going to go through our steps and we'll review it. Let's see if you remember. So it's does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers? So we're going to start with here. How many times can 5 divide into 6? So remember to put your X. Pause the video here. See if you can do this one by yourself, and that's what we're really trying to do. Remember, 5 can divide into 6 only one time. Those factors go up top all the time. So 5 times 1 is 5. Your products go down below. Next step is we subtract. 6 minus 5 is 1. You bring down and you have 10. And then you're thinking, how many times can 5 divide into 10 or 10 divide into 5? You can separate 5 into 10 2 times. And then 2 times 5 You should have your 10. Then we subtract, and we're checking our work as we're going through, making sure. Now I don't have anything else to bring down. Therefore, I don't have anything else to bring up either. We have no remainder on that, or you can put remainder of 0. Then let's think about this. Check and make sure if you have erased or done anything, check and make sure that your work is correct and you're neat and organized. And then we're going to go through our steps here. Remember, first you have to divide. Then you have to multiply. Then you have to subtract. These are every time. Then you have to check your work. And then you have to bring down or bring up every time. Let's try another. Mr. Pizza owns 6 pizza stores. The total amount of pizza sold last Friday was 816. Each store sold the same amount of pizzas. How many pizzas did each shop sell? Remember, cubing. He has 6 pizzas. 6 pizzas. So pause the video here if you want to and check and see if you can do this on your own. Challenge yourselves. If not, just follow as we go through. There is a total amount of 816. He is separating those stores up into 6 stores. So those pizzas are 816. You're dividing it up into 6 stores. So this sounds like division. How many pizzas did each shop sell? So remember, it's divide, multiply, subtract, check, bring down or bring up. So remember, dividend divided by divisor. And then you're thinking, here's your multiplication. How many times can 6 divide into 8? Oh, it's 1. Then 6 times 1 is 6. Then you subtract. Then you bring that. 8 minus 6 is 2. Bring down. Now, I'm thinking, 6 times what gives me 21? Oh, there's nothing. But I do know that 6 times 3 is 18, and that's closest to 21 without going over. So I'm going to use that. Here is my 3. 3 times 6 is 18. Then we have to subtract. Here's that regrouping that you will need. And you bring down that 6. And how many times can 36 be divided into 6, or 6 be divided into 36? I know, it's 6. 6 times 6 is 36. If I subtract that, I'm left with 0, and I have nothing left. So then, if I'm dividing it, then I have no remainder. So therefore, if I have 816 pizzas and I divide it by 6, I'm left with 136. If you pause the video, check and make sure that your answer is correct and your work is there. Okay, which of the following sequence is to solve a division problem? Divide, bring down, multiply, subtract, check. Divide, multiply, subtract, check, bring down. Or divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, and subtract. So you're thinking about the steps. Which one of those has the correct order of your steps? If you selected B, you were correct. Okay, here's where I want you to pause the video. You're going to go through and cube the following problems as we go and check and see if you got the correct answers. Beth has a bag of candy that is 42 pieces in it. She wants to give the candy to her friends. How many pieces will each friend receive? So there's a total of 42. She is dividing it into 3 friends, and you're looking to see how many pieces each friend will receive. So your division equation should be 42 divided by 3. And pause the video here, go through, do the long division, make sure that you are doing your steps, and then check to see if you get the correct answer. Pick A, B, C, or D. Now, if you went through the work and you are looking to see for your answers, if you divided 42 divided by 3, then you should have gotten 14 because 3 divides into 4 one time. Then you go through all of the steps with your long division. Be sure to make sure that you are going through all of the steps. I forgot to bring down my arrow here. So make sure that you are drawing everything out. And your answer you should have gotten is B. Let's move to the next one. Okay, here is the next one. David's teacher asked each student to bring in 7 objects from home. 7 is written in word form. The next day, 112 objects were brought in. 112 objects. 112 objects were brought in. Your question asks you, how many students brought in objects? So this is division. You are going to be dividing 112 divided by 7. So pause the video here, set it up as a long division equation, and then check to see, is it A, B, C, or D? Okay, so you should have divided 112 by 7 and gotten 16 with B. So make sure that your steps look correct and check to make sure that your work is done correctly. So you should have gotten B. Next one, Paper Depot will be discovering 560 cases of paper to customers today. They will need 8 trucks to carry it all. How many cases of paper will each truck carry? There is a total of 560 cases of paper, and you are going to be dividing it by 8. So go ahead and write that down, long division, and check to see if your work is correct. Pause the video here. I'm going to work it out, and then you'll check to see if your work is correct and if you got the correct answer. Okay, so you should have written 560 cases. You are dividing that by 8. Now, 8 can't divide into 5, so that is 0. 8 times 0 is your 0. You bring down your 5. You drop down the 6. If you're knowing anything about multiplication, then you know that 8 times 7 is 56. So 8 times 7, 56. You should bring that down, drop it, subtract. And then what times 8 gives you 0? Oh, well, that's nice. It's 0. And that's it. We don't have anything else to bring down or bring up. So, therefore, our answer is A. And those are our practices that we're going to be working through today together. Now we are going to move on to the next part of today, which is your independent practice. And if you look on your independent practice, it is called long division independent practice. You have your problems that are here. It's pretty simple, pretty basic. It is just 3-digit divided by 1 digit. There might be remainders, there might not be. But those are your problems. There's one word problem that you have to do today. You will have to write them down on a blank sheet of paper and take a picture. But that is it for today. And if you have any questions, be sure to check in with me, and we'll see you back in our virtual classroom.